Cinemas are very much, in a way, like churches. They're an environment you come to connect with something beyond you, to become part of something. They're very group orientated, and traditionally the spaces that they have inhabited have primarily been very special, unique places.
Things have changed a lot. You don't need a projectionist anymore. I think I was actually one of the last trained 35mm projectionists in Australia, even the world, because everything's kind of changed. Digital makes it much easier. It's just, you have a session more often, it works more often, it looks great, in my opinion, and it's just easier. So now we're getting hard drives that are about this size instead of film reels, which are bigger than your whole body. So, and it gives you much more flexibility in terms of programming. So we have 8 cinemas. Imagine having to carry around 35mm film from each cinema for every session. So you might have 5 sessions a day, and you'd have to keep it in that same cinema if you had 35mm. With digital, you can transfer it to all the servers, and you could be playing the same movie in 8 cinemas at the exact same time. You could be having one movie in 8 cinemas throughout the day, or staggered and stuff like that. So it just makes it much easier, much more flexible, yeah.
I mean, the projectors are beautiful, these beautiful old projectors. There's one just behind me here. The projectors that we have here at the ASIL are 1960s projectors made in Italy, and they're works of art. They're absolutely beautiful. Like, they're all the intricacies and the connecting pieces and the detail and what they require from you as a worker is fantastic. But in our current cinematic, industrial, entertainment environment, that it was never going to work. It was so time intensive and so labor intensive that it has forced it out into being a specialty area, somewhere like here where you're only running maybe 2 sessions of film a day, and you can take your time and you can make sure it runs well. Digital becomes then more, it's basically a data administration.
Yeah, I can definitely tell the difference between film and digital, and I think most people would. If you put 2 images in front of someone, they would definitely be able to know. If they went and just saw a movie one-off, maybe they wouldn't be able to know. But there's a shake in the screen. If you see it really lightly, at the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to see the bottom image kind of shaking up and down. There's the scratches, so every time you play the film once with film, more scratches come, and then you play it again, and then there's more scratches, again, more scratches. So by the end of a 4-week run of a film, the film quality is very poor compared to digital, where it's just the same every single time, like a factory. Advantages to film? Well, yeah, because it's brand new technology, so there's going to be lots of kind of mistakes with digital, because not everyone knows all the little quirks about it. There's all these different steps, and you have to know how to use the computer and how to use there's a central computer, and then it goes off into all separate servers, and there's maintenance of the projectors. And then there's also a thing called a KDM, which is a password to unlock the films, and they're in American time, and they open it just for the first session of a Thursday morning when the film gets released, and they lock it 4 weeks after or something. So you have to be on the ball and make sure that the film, you might have the hard drive, but the film might not be unlocked because you need the KDM. So there's all these different things to think about.
It's the same as the difference between looking at an artwork in a book. It can be HD scan in full color, but it's still just in a book, versus going and standing in front of it. The vast majority of films in existence were not designed to be seen on even a large TV screen. They were designed to be in a dark environment, pouring into you, just as you pour into them. Like there's a symbiotic relationship that occurs inside a theatre that you can't capture it. Even if you're sitting at home in the dark with headphones on, it's not the same. I mean, we feel like we've been dealing with digital forever, but it's like 10 years or less. I mean, it's a blip in cinema history so far. It's still such early days, but we feel like this is the be-all and end-all, and this is how it's going to be forever. It's like, no, it's a blip. We will go places from here. Things will change. They will become probably stranger and weirder than we could ever imagine.